Welcome to Beyond the Box. Conspiracies and oddities. You'll find your reality shifting. Dark technology. Shadows monitoring. Your world crumbling. Escape the Matrix, come outside with us. Beyond the Box. Beyond the Box.
Hey guys.
Hey,
Welcome
hey.
back. Oh Lord, have mercy. I forgot to mute the screen that I had it on. Hello Brent, hello Jason, hello Trucker, and everybody else that's out there watching. Please remember to hit that like button, guys, for me, please, and thank you. It's been a little while since I've done a show, but I decided that we were going to start firing some up. I asked Chad if he wanted to come on. I didn't hear from him, and I know Sherry, it's late for her. So, but we're going to be bringing them in. Tonight I have Sage with me, Alexander, and Charles. And we're going to get into we're going to get into a little bit of some deep subjects. So, Sage, how you been?
Been doing good. Got some stuff accomplished today. Got some snacks, got some cleaning done. You know, it's a good Saturday.
You were playing the good husband.
Yeah.
There you go. Charles, how you been?
Oh, my day was great. How about you, Brenda?
Pretty good. Pretty good. And Alexander, all the way from Aruba. How are you?
Yeah, doing good. Everything good here in Aruba, just in surrounding areas. There was an earthquake in Colombia, I think a few weeks ago. And then last month you had in Venezuela. Today you had in Philippines and also Spain. So it's a bit crazy around. Well, staying grounded, keeping positive, keep moving forward.
I'm glad that you said that because I was wondering why I was getting deep tones in my ears. And usually when there's earthquakes, that's what happens with my ears. I developed that when I lived in California. I always knew ahead of anybody else because my ears, both of them, would tone down. And sometimes it would even make me dizzy. And it was before the earthquake hit. So I always knew. But I just had to wait for what kind it was. Because the little rolling ones aren't so bad, but them big shakers, those are the bad ones. So, did you feel any of the earthquakes from over there?
No, but there were people that live in north of Aruba. They received like alert for earthquake, but nothing happened here.
Okay. Well, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
So, Sage. Hi, Andres.
Hey.
Hey, Andres. Do you want to come up tonight? We're going to do some biblical conversations you might want to get into. Hi, Tiger Lily. So,
What's up, everybody?
hi, Law. How are you, Lawrence? So what we're going to do is we're going to take some different biblical aspects. It is okay on my panel to agree to disagree. No yelling, no screaming, and no discrediting. Everybody experiences different things in life. So if you haven't gone through whatever one other person has, then don't discredit it just because of that reason. So
right.
What do we want to start with tonight, guys? What do you think, Andres? I mean, Sage. Andres. What do you think, Sage?
we could discuss like the Apocrypha, how it came to be. We could discuss like archetypes within religion, because that's a really interesting thing to discuss.
Okay.
Because throughout like history and the storytelling and that type of thing, there's usually like a seer, there's usually titans, there's usually cosmic beings that are there to be helpers. I mean, you see that the Greek gods, they have helpers.
Right.
You have the titans and the Greek gods, and then you have the heroes and their storytelling archetypes. And then you usually have like a seer or someone that's a teacher in the mix. And
Okay.
they even take this archetype and they throw this archetype into Hollywood. And you can see that especially in the great Star Wars series. You see all that artwork and all that archetype and framework in it. And you can see that in a lot of like the antiquities. I'll call it antiquities. Anything before, I mean, let's set at like 1000 AD. Anything before 1000 AD. You can see that in a lot of the writings and a lot of the storytelling. Do I believe that events in the Bible happened? Absolutely. Do I accept everything as,
Truth? Yeah.
everything as truth that people want to be truth? No.
Yeah. I have always, kind of since I was young, I have known that the actual Bible, especially the King James Version, was a little twisted. I believe that the Catholics, the Roman Catholics, helped with redesigning it, so to speak. So it doesn't tell you everything. Like they took out, well, of course, the Book of Enoch. They took out several of them. And what it doesn't tell you, like I found out the other night, is that after Revelations, there was another book. And I found it in the Ethiopian Bible. So it's like Revelations wasn't, like maybe there was a startup again. You know what I mean? Like it cleared out all the bad. It's clearing out all the bad. And there's going to be good at the end of that tunnel. Alexander looks like he's ready to jump up here and say, what? What do you think?
No, I'm just checking, confirming with because you mentioned also with the Ethiopian Bible. Yes, it has more books. I think it has 88 books.
Yes.
The normal Bible, which most people use, has 66 books.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the Catholic Bible has 73 books. I don't know if people know about that.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I do think the Book of Enoch has truth in it, with the fallen angels, the Nephilim, the sirens, all of that has a link to it.
Right.
Yeah, so, sorry, was there a question?
I don't know which book it is that portrays the Book of Enoch as fiction. I don't know if it's the Torah or the Quran.
Well, the Quran is, I think, you look into the Quran, I think it's a Satan book. Yeah, it's wrote by Allah is Satan, Muhammad is a pedophile, false prophet, warmonger. So that whole religion is shit. The book or the original, yeah, I'm just straightforward. The original Quran was burned down, and I forgot by which person, Uthman, some shit. And then they changed the Quran. So this is not the original Quran either. And you have different type of Quran too. They say it's one Quran, no, there's different type of Quran. And with the Torah, well, the Torah is more basically, maybe the original Torah is based on the Old Testament, basically. So there's truth in it. You can say it's the same as the Bible that we have. But the difference is, like the Quran is with the Talmud, the Talmud books.
The Talmud, Talmud. Yeah.
Yeah, those are, you can say, the same as the Quran with the pedophilia shit,
Yeah.
and they call us goyon. The Muslim calls us kafur, the
Yep.
non-believer and shit. So both of them are the same. Both of them are against Christianity, basically.
Yes, they
Both
are.
of them
Yes.
are Satanists and shit. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, Charles, you have the complete book of Enoch, and you're still yet
Yes.
to go through that and start reading it. And Sage, what? You're not getting my food. I know you smell it. Oh, hungry dog. And Sage, there's a lot in the book of Enoch that Sage, would you say that you didn't believe was true? Some of it is fiction, but what part of it do you believe?
So I'll preface with this. I believe that Jesus and his apostles had all the opportunity to read that book, and as a matter of fact, they did. They had all the opportunity to cite parts of that book, and they did. But what they cited was really interesting. They cited Lucifer and his fallen angels in it. And they used the exact quotation from that when they had all the opportunity, when they were talking about demons in the New Testament, to write that these are the disembodied spirits of the Nephilim. The writers, the New Testament writers, omitted all of that, all the talk about the Nephilim. And a great scripture that goes with this is, and I agree that they do talk about unclean spirits. In Matthew 12, they talk about unclean spirits. And Mark 5, 10, and 12, verse 10 and 12, they talk about unclean spirits. Absolutely. That the fallen angels are locked in Tartarus. But with the silent omission and leaving that out, and with the other rebuking. So when the apostles were visiting churches throughout the land, they were finding these Christians, and at the same time that they were believing in what I call tomfoolery, these Christians were still going out and they were still doing works, and they were still doing, they're prophesying, they're baptizing, they were curing people, they were doing these great deeds. And you can find this from Judas Iscariot. He was stealing from Jesus in his ministry the same time he was baptizing, prophesying, and healing people. That's in the book of Acts, that it talks about him stealing from Jesus while he was alive. You can look at King Saul and how he helped Israel and how he was blessed. And that's in the Old Testament. You can look at Balaam, and he was blessed. And he actually, because even though he's a pagan and he worshiped pagan gods, God still blessed him in the ways that he helped Israel. So people were corrupt back then, and they were doing dirty deeds back then.
No.
Yeah. And when they wrote to these churches, they were telling them not to devote themselves to myths, because they were believing in all this stuff, and it wasn't part of the Torah.
Right.
The same Torah that Jesus read when he was a child, studying to become a rabbi. The book of Enoch and all that stuff wasn't part of it, because it was written in intertestament years. There was allegedly 400 years of silence. Well, I believe it was Malachi. And then when Jesus came back, or John the Baptist came back as Elijah, or Elijah came back as John the Baptist, he started the movement of the new covenant to come in. So when they were devoting themselves to Jewish myths, Titus 1:14, talking about Jewish myths, those are the Jewish myths. The intertestament years are the Jewish myths, because everything, and I'm not going to discredit everything in the book of Enoch, because I think, as I've said before, I think even comic books have something to teach people.
I think that movies put things in it right in front of our faces and we don't realize it. When I opened my eyes to a lot of things, I went back and even watched Disney cartoons, and I seen things that I know I didn't see beforehand. And it dawned on me. So, you know, I think that everything teaches us, whether it's television, movies, comic books. They teach us different aspects of things, whether it's good or bad. And a lot of times it is bad. You know, I there are things I don't eat anymore because I find out. There are things I won't watch anymore because I found things out. I stay away from the news. I don't touch it unless it's the daytime show with Glenn and we do a little bit of touch and go. But when I found out about this stuff, I was like, oh my God. Oh no. So yeah, it was pretty bad. And Charles, you know about a lot of that stuff too, right? Like some of the Disney cartoons.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember being, having the rose tinted glasses taken off my face in regards to a lot of that. How, like you're saying, after you learn about it, you start seeing the things that we didn't see as a kid.
Right.
The trying to influence the little secret messages that they put into that media. It started becoming more apparent. Like I said, after my glasses were removed. So not just in Disney, but in all kinds of stuff.
Regular cartoons are
a little bit of everything.
Yes.
Video games, movies, comics, novels.
Yeah.
A little bit of everything.
Alexander, I know you know about a lot of this toxic stuff, right?
What, with food or television? Or?
With everything, with all the movies and all that stuff and all the stuff that they think that, well, we've learned from that. The bad things that they put in there. When you open your eyes and you actually take a look at what they're doing. And I think it's all satanic shit, honestly, tell you the truth.
Well, it is. They aren't they trying to get rid of Christianity, praying, trying to ban praying. In England, you cannot even silent prayer in your head, in your mind. You will get arrested if they assume that you're praying. But Muslim can pray on the street, and that is okay.
Yes, that's not okay. That is so wrong.
Wild.
And in Canada, they just pass a law that you cannot quote Bible verses. So they're clearly trying to suppress any Christianity values. And there's an attack happening in U.S. since 2020. There have been more than 520 churches attacked in the U.S. alone. And in Canada, it's around 150 right now since 2020. And you have the same thing happening in Japan. So there's a clear spiritual battle happening, which the Muslims are one of them, but they're being controlled by a higher or being used by a higher group, which I think is the Ashkenazi Jews, you can say.
Right.
Yeah. It runs with the Jesuit order. They call themselves the Society of Jesus Christ, but they're more they're more the Society of Satan. Yeah. So there's clear, but with all of this happening, is also pushing people to look deep in themselves and seek a higher purpose. Like in Iran, Iran was taken over by the Islamic regime, and they erase a lot of things there. You see, Iran has a deep religious culture, spiritual culture that is older than Judaism. They're on Zoroastrians. And when Islam came, they eliminated, destroy a lot of their culture, even changed the flag a bit, the language, everything. And right now, there's a spiritual revolution happening in Iran also. A lot of people are not going to the mosque. They had to close. I think I heard about 40,000 mosques that they closed in the past
Yep.
5 years in Iran. A lot of
Yep.
people there are seeking Christ or turning to Christianity. Same in Europe. Everything is happening because people lost connection with higher the higher source. And right now, also with Charlie Kirk death, that also ignited people to go
Yes.
to go to the church, to open the Bible, to seek connection with Christ.
Yep.
So, everything that's happening is pushing people to look for a higher purpose. So I see everything happening in divine timing. Although I want things to go faster, but everything is going as it should. And there's a great spiritual awakening happening on this planet.
And there needs to be, because there's a lot of bad. So I don't know if a lot of people know, like, the story of the giants. Okay, is a real thing. But now I also heard that Noah, Moses, all of them, they were 10 to 12 feet tall. And then you had the giants who were towering. How much truth do you think is in that?
A
Well,
lot.
yeah. Go ahead, Alex.
I just okay with the Giants. I don't know. I mentioned with the Kandahar giant. I don't know if y'all heard of the Kandahar giant. I think that is real with the U.S. military encountering a giant in a cave in the Kandahar region of Afghanistan. They kill it, but I think it killed a whole squadron and one of them before they took it down. And if you look back in history, when I think the Spanish arrived in south of Argentina, which is called
Mm-hmm.
Patagonia, there they saw the
Yeah,
natives. They were
Magellan's
giant.
expedition.
Sorry?
Mm-hmm.
What, Charles?
Magellan. That was during his travels
Mm-hmm.
when they discovered those giants down there in Argentina. I remember learning about that. I was like, damn, because Magellan didn't survive all that. He didn't survive that voyage because after they
Yeah.
left, they went other places.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Here, south where I live, Aruba was called Island of the Giants. And there was an Italian that encountered the giants here. It was native here, but except because here we had the Arawak tribe, the Kaikitillo, and I think another one, but those one, yeah, the Arawak and the Kaikitillo. And you had another one, which is not really talked about, and they were giant native Indians. They were about 8 to 9 feet tall compared to the other ones. They had its bones in our sister island Curacao in the museum there, but when they remodeled the museum, the bones disappear. Like most giant bones that is found when they are sent to inspection, they magically
Mm-hmm.
disappear. Like they're trying to suppress that. So
Mm-hmm.
he itself on this island, which a lot of people don't know, the ABC Islands was called the Island of the Giants because they encountered giant native here. But the difference is with the other native, for example, the one in Kandahar, is the ones here had 5 fingers like us. The other ones are known to have like 6 fingers. There's also a difference I see compared to the other ones. So yeah,
Yeah.
and in Canada also last there was a guy that encountered or filmed a giant on the mountain, and then afterwards he retracted it and people were following him, and afterwards he disappeared.
Yeah, I was
And then,
going to say, didn't he disappear?
yeah, he disappeared, and then
Yep.
people look him up, and then he was found dead.
A
He was
little
dead.
Houdini act.
Sorry.
Yep.
A little Houdini act.
Right.
No,
Disappeared.
no, he was found dead. They found him afterwards. He was dead.
Yeah.
He wasn't allowed to talk about it. The giant. That's something I see that is very suppressed on this planet when people talk about the giants
Yeah.
or the reptilians.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. You can't have your opinion. You can't say anything.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it happens. And this is all stuff that a lot of people don't know. You know, they don't talk about it, and they don't, like, if you if you know something or you see something, the first thing they do is the government runs in, tells you you've seen absolutely nothing, please sign this paper.
Mhm.
And
Yep.
that's the way it works.
I personally do believe, due to the data, due to the oral traditions of the people in the Americas, in Siberia, in China, Asia, and even the biblical writings, I do believe that giants existed. I believe that they even existed post flood, and I believe that there
Yeah.
is, like, I had a friend that was like 6'8", 6'7" in high school,
Yep.
giant of a man, like huge. When most people are like barely making it to 5'8",
When I
Yeah.
was in
consider
high
global
school,
population.
when I was in high school, I dated one of the basketball players, and I was 5 foot nothing. He was 7'2".
Yeah,
So
Damn.
yeah,
100%. And even where was it? It was in the Book of Numbers. It was it what, Numbers 13? I want to say it was listed that the Nephilim were counted among the numbers of the
hmm
people there. Um, Deuteronomy 2:11, they're listed there in it.
yep,
Yeah, and it's Numbers 13, 32 through 33
right.
is where they're listed. So I can't say that they all died pre-flood. I I think that there was something going on, and I think words were changed in that. And I think that the Nephilim was just a code word for what every other pantheon calls, quote, their gods, end quote. You know, and just that type of a thing. Because, like I said before, there is an archetype.
Right.
When you look at just how things happen, there is an archetype, all the way back to the Sumerian traditions of where Abraham did come from. What, the city of Ur? Yeah. Um, I do believe that they existed. The Grand Canyon, I think that there was something that happened in the Grand Canyon. I know
There
that there were
is.
reports. I know
Hey,
there were reports there.
I used to date a guy that used to do flies helicopters for the Grand
Mhm.
Canyon, and one day I was with him. Believe it or not, he got me on a damn helicopter. And I looked off in the distance and I seen some weird looking stuff. And I was like, hey, can we go over there? He said, no. I
Nope.
said, why? He said, it's a no fly zone. And I said, do
Exactly.
you know what's in there? And they have artifacts in there from God knows how long ago.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the problem. When there are things to discover, to tell people the truth, our government finds it, or, well, people find it, and our government comes in, shuts everybody down, and takes it over, and then we don't learn anything.
Well, I also believe that there are willful, ignorant people and willful shills that don't want to know anything different.
That's true.
They want to know anything different than a preconceived bias or spoon-fed information. When you could sit down and have a theological discussion, a real deal theological discussion of what like people thought and said back then, you could
Right.
come to a whole lot more conclusions than, don't look over there in the Grand Canyon, just listen to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yo,
It's hard to discount it when it's spread all over the world.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Sorry to cut you off.
Don't look at what's happening on that island over there. Just watch TV. You
Yeah.
know?
Especially nowadays.
Yeah.
That's what cartoons were for. To babysit us and teach us things that we didn't need to know or shouldn't have even learned. And indoctrination.
Rub it in our face.
Like in the form of
Walt
cartoons,
Disney.
really, just make it look like something that's a childlike thought.
Mm-hmm.
Something that only children believe in. When I want to say, it's safe to say, damn near every culture around the world has a flood myth. They talk about giants, they talk about dragons, and really, that's just a weird coincidence that around the same times around the world, that all these different people that supposedly had no contact with each other were just able to come up with the same similar things.
Right. Yeah.
To me, it's insane to try to discount it instead of actually look into why is it so many of those myths that a lot of cultures share.
Mhm.
There's a reason behind it. I believe there really was a worldwide flood. Things happened. There was an ark, because they've been looking into that in, I believe, Mount Ararat. Correct me if I'm wrong. Over there in Turkey,
Yes,
they've been looking into that.
So, really cool thing about that. There is a gravesite there. It's one of the oldest gravesites in the world. In Turkey, you also have Göbekli Tepe, and if you look into how that was buried, it was buried very rapidly in a hurry for some reason. And there's a lot of inscriptions there. I think we could do a giant deep dive on heritage sites. We have a heritage site down there in Louisiana that some people think it's Atlantis or it was one of their satellites. And I would love to get into that theory. I think that is a cradle of civilization theory right there.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. But I completely agree. Like there's dragons in the east, dragons in the west. There's behemoths in North Africa.
Don't get me started on dragons.
Out here in Washington State, they're actually uncovering a woolly mammoth. A dead woolly mammoth. Yeah, they're uncovering it. They're exposing the bones of it. We had Kennewick Man up here, and Kennewick Man is one of the oldest fossils in North America. Nearly complete fossils in North America. But back when people were exploring the North America and the fur trappers are coming back, people discredited it to being tall tales. They were talking about woolly mammoths being in Canada. People were like, oh, that's a tall tale.
Yeah.
But we had giants that were pulling out of caves down the Lovelock. We have places that we can't go in the United States, no-go zones all over for no other reason, but you can't go there.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
And I really...
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Sorry. No, go ahead. Go ahead, Alexander.
Okay. Yeah, well, the no-go zones, I think there's multiple reasons for it. We mentioned Grand Canyon. Grand Canyon, I think it was in the early 1900s. There was a guy that went in there and found in a cave. He entered a cave that he said about 40,000 people could be in there, a whole city. They found a mummy, hieroglyphs, a lot of Egyptian artifacts in the cave. And that whole place was shut down afterwards. You cannot go there. There's apparently pyramids also in America, Sphinx also in the Grand Canyon. And if you look at the old seal, the seal of California, it was changed. The one that you have now, you have a light-skinned woman on it with Roman clothing on it. But if you look the one before that, you had like a dark-skinned woman on it with Egyptian artifacts. And that's supposed to represent Queen Calafia. And today I was talking with a friend that also is into with conspiracy research, things like that. And the Queen Calafia, the story goes that she was a queen of a warrior group of women that lived on an island in California, when California was an island.
Yep.
And they rode griffins around. They had griffins. And the other where you hear about griffin, well, I encounter stories about griffins, is Tataria. And if you hear about Tataria, the flag of Tataria had a griffin on it. And if you look at the crest, or what's the flag, I think the crest of the flag of Russia, you see a person in the night on a horse with a spear stabbing a griffin. So that the Russian empire has taken over the Tataria empire and kill it, and erase it basically. It's like with the wall of China. It's not from China. It's the Wall of Tartaria, basically.
Yes, it is. It is. And
But
if you look at the way it's built, it's
mhm.
not built to keep people in. It's built to keep whatever it is out the very top of it.
Oh yeah, no, it's
So,
built to for defense against
right.
China. It has
Yep.
holes for defense against China, so not the other
Yep.
way around, you know. And if we also mention about dragons, I think it was the generals of the Great Alexander. They encountered dragons that they had to
Yep.
fight. The story of them encountering dragons, and in also the Chinese zodiac, all the animals we have right now in this current reality,
Yep.
except one, which is the dragons.
The dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they're not going to lie and say, I know there was dragons. I've seen them. We did a show once before about the petrified um, things that people think are mountains. And there was one where they did an aerial view, and you could see the head, you can see the body, the scales on the top, you could see the tail come around, and it's like you look at these things. There was people, there was big, huge turtles, a lot of stuff, and that was pretty interesting.
Hmm.
And I like to get into conversations about Tartaria because there are a lot of people that think that it didn't happen, wasn't there, but it was. Yeah, there was a lot of land named for it. So,
Yeah, maybe one
you
day
know,
we can get into that. Tataria is a whole other subject because it's
it's a
spanned
big one.
from the US to Europe to all over the world.
Yep, sure did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Japan was supposed to be a huge empire back then.
It was.
And they're talking
Yeah,
about,
it
and
was.
correct me if I'm wrong, with the erasing that the mud flood
Yep,
is where that came about.
yep.
Well, yeah, mod flood, but apparently what I encountered last, I don't know how it's possible, but something had to happen with fire. Also, fire was included because you have a lot of place, you can say in the mountain, that are melted. You
Yeah,
can see clearly there was a
Right.
civilization,
Yes.
and so it has something to do with fire. Who did it? I don't know. How they did it? I don't know.
yeah, true. What do you think about Tartaria, Sage?
I believe that it has a lot of basis. Um, even so, if as he said, a lot of fire. If you go and you look at when was it? My nearest city, Seattle, the entire West Coast, Portland, Seattle, and another city, all caught on fire within the same 5 years.
Yeah,
Burned them to a crisp, and you had a lot of cities that mysteriously burned down. Now, this could just be all the poor and all the disheveled of Europe coming over and just packing the streets and packing the hotels and just causing too much of abundance of people, thus therefore an abundance of fires. Because
yeah,
where people go, we just set shit on fire. We get stupid. We cook in the kitchen that's not meant to be cooked in and set something on fire. So it could be that, or all these cities and all this stuff catching fire. Like he said, there's fire involved somewhere. It was just to burn out the wood structures.
good night, trucker.
There's a lot of wood structures that got burnt up, and there's a lot of brick structures. Now, if I had all the money in the world, I would try to run a carbon dating on that, because if a fire happened, it would leave carbon within a
Right.
year range on that structure. And that carbon would be different than the millions of years old that the granite is. Because we have a giant mountain of granite up here, or tens of thousands of years old. However someone wants to look at it.
Now, Sage, you're a reader and you obtain everything you read, which I think is outstanding. Me, it falls out everywhere. So now, in the book of Enoch or anything that you have ever read, is the Tartarian Empire, is it mentioned anywhere in books that we would actually get? Any parts of the Bible or anything like that?
So, as far as a Tartarian empire, so the Bible itself is a view of the Levant and the Mediterranean.
Right.
That's where they went. They went as far as what, like Spain, and as far as India. Okay, and then down to Ethiopia. So it's a view of that. Now, are we gonna? What's the definition of Tartaria, and when are you gonna put it as when it existed? Is it like a 4,000-year-old empire?
Well,
I don't know. Is it like a 300-year-old empire?
No.
America's about 300 years old.
Yeah, but I don't think it was then.
You
I think
know?
it was earlier than that. I
mean,
seriously.
What part do you put it in? Like what age like do you put it in? Do you put it before like Hellenistic Greece? All right, so before the Odyssey, do you put it after the Rome? After Rome, do you put it before Atlantis? Because I think Atlantis, the theory of Atlantis, had satellite cities all over the world.
Yeah, it was after Atlantis, I believe. Wasn't it, Alexander? You think it was in that time period?
Oh no, Tartaria was way after Atlantis.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
After the flood, because
think,
during the Atlantis time, you had Mu and Lemuria, and you had those two separate and went against.
Right.
One was corrupted, one was more spiritual, and then you had they flee. You have still Lemurians on this planet, refugees. Some went inside the planet, some went to another planet, and I know few of them are in Mount Shasta. They built a city there called Philos. They're very active there.
Yeah.
And one day, I think I'll do a show, and we'll have Alexander up here, and we'll all sit up here, and we're going to have us a little talk about those scaly little green things that are still here on this planet.
Snake people.
Yeah.
What, the reptilians? Or
yes.
The Sahuri?
The reptilians. Yeah. And you know, it's bad because God, I can't walk around anywhere without I smell them. We all know that. Say I have that nose that smells them out. Whether they're, and they do read minds. They're telepathic.
Yeah.
And I can be in the store and one will walk by me like a human, but I see it. I see its face and I smell it. And they know that I know. And they will turn around and stare at me in every aisle I go to. They will be there.
Mm-hmm.
And not really putting anything but red meat in their carts.
So, to answer your question about Tartaria.
Yeah.
I believe that yes, it could be post-Rome. It could be post-Rome, the quote, Dark Ages, into the quote, Age of Enlightenment, the Renaissance.
Yeah.
Renaissance into the Age of Reason. That is the end of Tartaria. Because obviously it's going to be the opposite is happening.
Right.
Of what they claim is happening.
Interesting.
Because, you know, this is the Great Deceiver's landscape. I mean, we live in the Great Deceiver's landscape. This is his world, you know. Yes. You know, as it says, his king, the Lord's kingdom is not of this world. Wherever it is not of this world.
That's right.
We're supposed to be in the world, not of the world. So, I do believe that it could be that Dark Ages into the Renaissance. And we look at these giant cathedrals, we look at bell technology, wave technology, all that stuff. I can't discredit that as myth because when you go to a naturopath healer, they're going to be looking at herbs, massaging. They're going to be looking at healing. I have a friend that does the singing bowls and stuff like that.
Yep.
She went to India. She went to India at 18 years old. She was a young hustler. Saved up a bunch of money. She was involved in other stuff that made her lots of money when she was, a teenager. Some green herbaceous Lord's lettuce. Saved up a bunch of money. Went to India, Sri Lanka, and Thailand. Learned a bunch of stuff in life. and came back almost enlightened. I mean, she's mouthy. She's super mouthy, but she's super cool. Like she's blunt. People think that she's mouthy, but she's blunt.
Yeah, I get that a lot too. So
so she came back and she believes in that you can massage. You can massage out the illness, and I agree with that because we have a lot of lymphatic issues as humans.
Yes,
and you can massage out your lymph nodes. You can massage out the tension. And the tension can turn into illness. The stress turns into illness in our bodies because we bottle it up.
Yeah.
I have an uncle that told me that prostate cancer comes around somehow, and I almost believe it.
Well, and I use, what I do? Let me tell you what I do. When I am so agitated that I can't stand it anymore and I want to pull my hair out, I light my sage. I grab my tuning forks and I will just sit here quietly and tap those forks and just sit and listen to the frequencies that come out of it. And it actually calms me down. I used tuning forks when I first got neuropathy in my left foot. I couldn't feel anything. I could step and not feel the ground. Couldn't feel the top. Everything was dead. So one day somebody told me to use those tuning forks, so I did. And for like 2 months, every night, I had different tuning forks with different frequencies, and I would use each one and I would put them on my foot and I would hit them and just let them go. 2.5 months later, I stood up and I could feel my foot. Hadn't felt my foot in 5-6 years, and I could feel it. Everything. I have one small spot on the top of my foot that is still like dead, but I work on it. And when I try to tell people we are spiritual beings, we live off of frequency. Frequency is good for us. They took the big acoustic organ things out of the churches because I believe that those big old cathedrals that had the big bells and those pipes, those were not churches back in the day. Those were healing centers. Yes. Yep.
So to go with that, the use of sage, and a lot of people are like, oh no, that's witchcraft. Hold on. Genesis 1:29, I eat all seed-yielding herbs, and they shall be for you to consume. Now, consume could be meant to use. Okay, we are supposed to have raiment over the earth and stewardship over the earth.
Right. Yes.
That. Now, if you go because the Bible loves to repeat stuff, and if it's not repeating something, there's something wrong with that something. Okay, you got to look at that something when it's not repeating that word and that terminology. Okay. Yep. And that tells me that's a reason why I don't subscribe to all the Apocrypha writings as being useful for salvation. Okay. Right. Salvation of the soul. I'll say that. Useful for salvation of the soul. I don't think that our soul weighs on it. But to go with the use of the sage and other herbs that some people may or may not indulge in, like all of us.
Oh, not me.
Oh, yeah, not you, but not the rest of us. I guess God bless Texas. I mean, hey.
God bless Texas.
Anyways, Revelation 22, verse 1. And he shewed me a pure river of water of life, clear as crystal, proceeding out of the throne of the God of the Lamb. Verse 2. In the midst of the street of it, and on either side of the river, there was a tree of life, which bare 12 manner of fruits, and yielded her fruit every month. And the leaves of the tree were for the healing of the nations. And there shall be no more curse, but the throne of God and of the Lamb shall be in it. And his servants shall serve him, and they shall see his face, and they shall name, and their name, and his name shall be on their foreheads. So, if people thought illnesses were curses, what can pull out illness out of bodies? Herbs.
Yes.
You use oregano oil. You use black seed.
I do. Oregano and black seed.
I have oregano oil for ear pain. I'm a former smoker. I smoked cigarettes from the age of like 15 to like 30 or 29. You know.
Yep.
I have ear issues from it. Don't smoke, kids.
However,
green stuff, it's useful. You know. I'm not going to say that poison ivy. You should pack poison ivy into a water pipe and smoke it. But you can remove lesions with poison ivy sap with the latex. Did you know that?
Yep.
Yep.
Sure did.
You can remove skin tags. I mean, I know one guy out there in the world that needs some skin tag removal. I doubt.
Oh yeah, I know that one too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can use that to, there's uses for every herb of the land. And how can we as humans curse other people for using the herbs of the land?
Right, exactly.
You know.
And I want to say something because somebody just came into my chat that I have not seen forever. Moesha Honey, welcome. I'm glad that you're here.
Monisha Moxley?
Yes.
Huh.
Sure is.
Oh, she just got a link dropped. She gonna click
Yes, she
it.
did. It's my girl. But yeah, it's there's so much controversy in what to believe and what not to believe. And I hear a lot of people turn around and say, well, I read the Bible and I try to do what it says. And I'm like, yeah, what part are you reading? You know, I mean, I hear people that tell me they believe in God, but they also believe in rituals and punishments. What God do you believe in? You know, that's my thought.
Yeah. And
So
can they root those beliefs inside the religious scripture? Like, I've read the Lotus Sutra. I'm not a Buddhist, but I find use in it. You know?
I think that every single book out there, no matter where it is, you can learn something from it, and you can cross-reference different Bibles. Like that's why I have the Ethiopian Bible. I've got the Geneva Bible. The regular Bible that I have is one that preachers use when they do the scriptures, and it's kind of like a teaching Bible, and it's really thick.
Do you have a Dr. Strong?
You know, it may be. We lost Alexander.
How did you know what a Dr. Strong is?
He'll be back.
I read a lot. I study world.
I know you do. And you maintain it in your head, and I think that's fascinating because for me, I got to read something 20 times before it sticks. But I was that kid in school. I was a good student, straight A's, and I don't know how I did it because every time I turned around, it was squirrel. You know, I was off somewhere doing something. But I don't. It's like I'll remember it if somebody says something about it, then it'll click. But it's not something that comes to my brain if I'm just sitting there thinking about it. So I like when other people start talking about something and then it kicks me into gear and I know what the hell they're talking about. And I'm right there. You know, it's terrible. Glenn always says, oh my God, you're getting Alzheimer's. I said, nope, I have this special thing called sometimers. Sometimes I remember and sometimes I don't. So yeah. But we are going to get ready to take a break. You know, here our breaks are 5 minutes, guys. Gives me time to get to the bathroom and back without killing myself.
All right.
So, well, I'm over here talking about it, but let me set it up because I do not have the break on there. And I will tell you guys right now, those of you that have been with me for a long time, you remember our old Beyond the Box. Okay. You remember the old tune and the video. So I have to use that for break. As soon as I can get it pulled up, I have to use that for break because it's the only one that I have. So it'll bring back memories, guys. So here we go. We'll be back in 5.
Welcome to Beyond the Box. Our guests are insiders that are now out and on our side, dropping nuclear intel and breaking it down just for you.
And now it's time.
I am going to stop that because it was the wrong damn one. Wait a minute. Let me find it. I know.
Goodbye for now.
Piss me off. later on after the show, I'm going to go through my videos and remove a few. Blast from the past, guys. Blast from the past.
Definitely.
I know, right? You remember the first one that we did, and we had that video? Oh my God. And it was our intro and exit was edited so much. And I absolutely love the exit because it had a picture of Tucker and a picture of Putin on it. And I still have that saved. But
That's super funny.
I know. But nobody can take those and redo them for me because it's got, Susie in there and everybody else.
Yeah.
So it's kind of sad. I kind of do miss that one. I really do. It made me feel like, woohoo, I'm going to get up here and here we go. So now that we talked about all of that stuff, I want to have Alexander tell us about the things that we can do to correct and help us spiritually, to try to connect to what I already know, but other people out there may not, to try to have that connection, you know what I mean?
What, connection with source, with higher power?
Connection with higher power, connection of healing. And then when we're done, you know how you did my energy reading?
Oh, in numerology?
Yes. After that, do Sage, and then do Charles.
Yeah, I can see what they are for life path number.
So, a lot of people use meditation to try to, I guess you can say, I say to myself, it's to bring myself together and close everything out so that my soul and I, we have our healing spaces. So, and that's the only way I can describe it. I don't, that's the only way.
With meditation?
So, I don't call it much of meditation because I just sit in the dark when it's quiet. I speak to the Father.
So you kind of ground yourself. You get yourself grounded.
Thank you. That's what it is.
You center yourself. You ground yourself. You find your inner self. Yeah.
It's like last week I kind of had a really bad week, so I need to do that again. Like probably I will do it later on tonight. And honestly, it helps with my sleep. It helps a lot of things. But right now, a lot of us are going through a lot of sleep problems. And why is that, Alexander?
Well, this month the energy is high. And we're also in the fire horse here, so anything stagnant is going to be pushed to move, And this month, what I can see under the number is a 9 universal month. So with the 9 and the 1, universal year is pushing for new beginning, especially this month with also the eclipse and the planet alignment we just had. So everything is like the eclipse reveals a lot of things hidden. And this month specifically, a lot of people can have problems with, especially if you're a life path 9. If you're not letting go of anything that's weighing you down, that's not good for your higher purpose, you're going to have trouble this month, because it's pushing you to let go and prepare for a new beginning, make way for a new beginning. You cannot be holding old baggage and continue to a higher frequency. So this month specifically is like a shift happening.
Yes. And that's a lot of it too. Forgiveness. When people forgive, it is not for the person you're forgiving, by the way. It is for yourself, for your own healing.
Yeah.
And I've said it before, actually, and I have believed it, that when I sit there and say, your past doesn't need you anymore, your future does. So that goes along with trying to just cut out all the old baggage that weighs you down. You know, the thoughts of everything that happened to you. I've had to do that. You know that, Alexander. And it took me a while, you know, to be able to work through that. I still hit small little angry spots, but I try to deal with them. So, you know, I try to deal with them with peace and quiet. And God, that's all I can rely on.
Yeah, we just know what I came to understand also through numerology, and it also correlates with the people that had a near-death experience, is that we all choose our path here on this planet, in this reality. It's not a coincidence that we're here. We asked to be
Right.
here. We choose our path. We choose our name. We choose our parents. Sometimes when you look at your parents, they're like, "No, hell no, I couldn't choose them," but you did, you know. And if you came here to experience experience certain experience here, or it all has to do with your soul growth, you know. Not all
Yes.
souls come here, you know. There is a list of souls wanting to come here right now, but
Yeah.
here is like PhD professor level when we graduate here from this Earth school. It's more like a school. We came here to learn, grow, and you can say also make a change with what is happening right now.
Yeah.
The new children being born right now, their DNA is completely intact compared to us. That's why no vaccination. That's why they keep pushing the stupid vaccine to damage
Right. To do the DNA.
to damage the
Yeah.
DNA. But what is going to be coming in the future is gonna, with the people that's still alive, then from the jab, what is coming in the future, in the near future, is gonna autocorrect everything. So
Yes.
it will gonna fix the DNA.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. I had I can't say who, but I had somebody who knows about all of that stuff, and they told me 3 days in bed, I will get up and I will walk out of there.
Oh, you cannot walk
Everything.
now?
No, I missed a leg, Alexander.
You're missing a leg?
Yeah, you didn't know that?
I didn't know that.
I am.
Yeah,
But
she
they,
lost it being a hero, man.
I did.
She
Tell them
lost
the
it being a
story.
hero.
Yep.
Weren't you assisting someone that like what was that motorcycle?
What was shooting people, and when he ran across the street, he got hit by a
Yeah.
car.
Yeah. So you went there to assist him, and a guy hit you.
Yep.
With a
Like,
Yeah,
what
car?
the
with the car.
fuck, man? Yeah.
Yep.
So
Broke
yeah.
all this right here, knocked everything out of my mouth all the way around on one side. Broke some ribs.
Yeah.
My leg was demolished. So I spent 2 years getting 8 different surgeries to repair it. And every time I turned around, I was getting an infection and all this stuff. So the last time that I had gone into the ER because I was having problems, my vascular doctor walked in and he said, "Well," and I said, "Well, nothing. Cut it off, throw it away, run it over. I don't care what you do with it. Get this damn thing off of me before it kills me." And he said, "Okay." And they started prepping me for surgery. The anesthesiologist dropped the ball on me because I'm allergic to that. So they have to be very careful and they have to watch it really, really well. And apparently he wasn't paying attention. Maybe he was reading a comic book. I don't know. But I woke up and my left arm was tied because I had all the IVs in it. So it was down on a platform. But this one was loose. And I sat straight up and I went to grab for my leg and it almost got my hand. And all I remember after that, besides the pain of a bone saw, the only thing I remember after that was hearing somebody saying, put her out, and boom, I was gone. But after that, Alexander, I spent 7 days in the hospital. I got out of there. Staples still in, it didn't give a shit. I was running everywhere. I was go, 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 go. And I felt better than I had in years.
I think they had the wrong treatment for you for it to get the infection. I know the third cause of death in the U.S. is wrong diagnosis. So yeah, I didn't know you're missing a leg, but they have technology. I don't know if you're aware of the quantum.
I am aware.
Quantum method. Well,
I'm very aware.
well,
As a matter of fact, I know
Yeah.
where they're keeping some, but we
they're
don't get
gonna be, I think before Trump leaves office, hopefully that is going to be coming out because they're already starting to build hospitals around.
Yes,
I
they
know
are.
the people that are in contact with that. Yeah, and I get information that they're preparing for it. So
The
and
way
with that
the way
you can grow your leg back.
the way it was put to me was because cells hold memory. That is why I get phantom pain. Like I'll feel like somebody is pounding the hell out of my foot that's not there with a mallet. And I mean, my nub will jump and it's like, oh God, it hurts so bad. But it's because your cells hold memory that transfer to your brain. Your brain remembers. Charlie horses, I get them in that. And it's horrible because I can't do anything about it. Just pains. The pain that I felt when I woke up and that bone saw was in my leg, I feel that. And you want to talk about something that is horrendous. So when I found out it was because cells hold memory. So with the quantum healing, it regenerates your cells that are already there and it helps generate more and it can do all these things. So the way that I almost said his name, the way that they put it to me was I can get in one of those and 3 days later I can get out. Not only will I walk out, but I will be the proper weight to match my bones. And they said, remember how you looked in high school? And I was like, yeah. And they said, there you go.
Yeah, that's what's coming. But what I understand, in the first 6 months to 18 months, they're not gonna do that. People that are overweight, they're just gonna when you go to the machine, they're gonna take out 20 pounds, and then you have to go on a diet.
Right.
And after I don't know few months, then you go back again, and they will take a bit weight of it, and then you go back on a diet. That's the procedure that they're going to be doing with it.
Yep.
And if you
I got an
problems
email. I
with
got an
addiction-
email.
Sorry,
Yeah,
go-
I got an email explaining all of that and different things because I actually 3 years ago I signed up on the list. So I got privy to sign up. So I did. But here the problem with it is I've also done some research on it, and in the wrong hands it's bad. In the right hands, it's used for good. Just like everything that we have that's out there. Everything that we have that's out there. There are good things for AI, but in the wrong hands, they use it wrong, and it's dangerous.
No, but depending what it is, because it works with your consciousness,
Mhm.
and it has to be military grade quantum med beds.
Yes.
If it's not that, then it's a fake one. If they're
Right.
asking for money, it's not
No.
that. It's gonna be free, and you're gonna have
Yes.
counseling.
Mine's out of from the people over Cheyenne Mountain.
Cheyenne Mountain.
That's where it comes from.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know about Cheyenne Mountain. I know what I heard about that place is that the real Trump is there right now. I don't know if
You're
they
correct.
evacuated him,
You're
but the real
correct.
one is there. Huh? Sorry?
You're correct.
Oh, yeah. But I heard they maybe it could have been that he has is not on Earth anymore. But that's what I heard last because they're trying to kill him.
Oh
Uh,
yeah.
the
There's
cabal.
like they've got like 5 of him out there, just in case. They
Yeah.
keep missing. I remember. Do you remember ever seeing the thing about Reagan, when he was giving a speech? And I think it was a balloon that popped. And in the middle of his speech, without missing a beat, he said, "You missed me," and then kept going. And every time I see them miss Trump, I'm thinking, say it. Just say it. You missed me. Just say it. But yeah, so there's like 5 of him running around. And you can tell the difference if you pay attention. One's heavier than the other, one's
Mhm.
taller than the other. There's all differences, but people just don't realize it. They're just like they see, look at Biden.
One's
Look at Biden.
snottier than the other.
And
Yeah.
with Biden, the real Biden had no hair on his arms and he had a sailor tattoo.
Hmm.
When they showed Biden getting the jab and he lifted his shirt arm, it was hairy as hell and no tattoo. People don't look for those small little things that'll tell you, wait a minute, back the hell up. When I first seen him, I knew who Biden was. And when I first seen him, I'm looking at him and I said, that is not Joseph Biden. And my daughter says, Mom, he got a facelift. I said, to look worse? People don't get facelifts to look older or worse. I mean, who does this?
Well, the issue with his body doubles is when you look at the ears, you can see the mask on it.
Oh,
You can
yeah.
also see it'll also routinely pop out of like his jacket.
Yep.
I noticed
And he
the
was an
difference
idiot.
between it. Yeah, yeah. I noticed the
Sorry.
difference. There was one guy, one clone of his or body double of his that almost looked too masculine to be him.
Yes. And tall.
Yeah, tall and masculine.
Yes.
Like
Yep.
alpha male energy.
Yep.
I'm like, huh. Yeah.
And the guy who fell off the bike,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if anybody noticed how scrawny he looked. He was very thin.
Mhm.
Very thin.
I mean, the world's a circus.
It is. The whole world is a stage.
Yeah.
And I like when you hear any of them say central casting, because there's a lot of people that don't know what that means.
Mm.
And it's been said a lot over the last, 2.5 years? It's been said a lot.
Yeah, it goes back to y'all think that, or what's your perspective on it, that Trump is the last president?
I have read the book. I have it. I own it. I also own the 1800s version of Baron Trump's adventures. I personally have talked to him all the time. I get gifts. Very intelligent kid. But there's more to him than what people know. So there is something else going on.
They're
And I can't.
traveling immortals.
Well, yeah, a little bit, maybe a little bit. But I believe that the giant gene is still around. It's just around for certain people. I don't, well, I'm 5 foot, so it's obviously I didn't get any of it. But there are people, like I said, I know people 7'2", 7'4". I had a friend who passed away, rest his soul, who was a roommate of mine, and he was 7'4". and a big guy. Just, I mean, not heavy, but just built like a brick shit house. And literally. And it's just, there's, our DNA has been messed with for so long, and it started when we were children. Well, not for me. I have had one vaccine all of my life, and it was because I went from Germany to here, and I had to have the smallpox shot to be able to fly. That is the only vaccine I have had in all my life. I never had the childhood ones. I tried that with my daughter, but my daughter's dad's mom snuck behind my back and went and had them done, and I was furious. So our DNA is pretty messed up. And it comes from what, Alexander? The food, the water, the medicine that they give us?
Probably a little bit of everything. All of the above.
Yeah.
With how things are ultra processed.
Yep.
I'd say
Now,
all of the above.
Blood types. That's another thing. I'm very skeptical of doing things when it comes to my blood work because I'm AB negative. So they always want it, but when I need it, they're real low on it. So
yeah, you have the rarest one. AB negative is the rarest one. AB
yes,
is already
it
rare,
is.
but you have the. I have O positive, so I can give everybody I'm universal. I'm the universal donor, basically.
Yeah,
Yeah, but yours is the the
1%,
yeah 1% or less.
1% or less. Yeah. So, and I did some research on it. Sage, have you ever done research on that? On blood types?
On blood types, I've
Uh-huh.
heard stuff about the RH negative. I've heard stuff about that, but I have not like gone into a deep dive on blood types. I do love genealogy work.
Now, mine, they say, now I don't know how true that is, but this is what they say. My blood type comes from Jesus to Lincoln, people in between, I don't know. Jesus, Lincoln to Kennedy's. So it like follows that pattern, which we get into energy stuff, Alexander, and my numbers. And I think that has to do with because of who I am. I mean, so you did my reading. What did you come up with mine? We'll tell everybody.
Sorry, the reading? What the reading? Oh, you
The
switch.
numerology, yes.
Oh, okay. Okay, you switch numerology. Okay, I thought you were talking about blood type. Um, okay. Just one thing with the blood type, which I understand, there's a correlation. I haven't really deep study into it, but a friend told me that, and she was vegetarian. And I know another friend that also tried to be vegetarian, but due to she being, I think, O, if you're O, you need meat. Basically, only you can only be vegetarian if you're A, I think, or AB, that you can be vegetarian. So there's a
Yeah,
different type.
I
So
like both.
this, oh, have you tried being vegetarian?
I could be if I wanted to be, but I also crave red meat. So
Oh,
I'm a both, or chicken, but I'm a both. I could be a vegetarian if I wanted to because I love every freaking vegetable out there.
no, oh,
So
okay. No, but
yeah,
that's the thing. If your body, if you can live out of your body can live out of it, because like if you're O, you're gonna be needing a certain protein
the
because
iron.
yeah, iron is also very important. So that's something with the blood type also, and also with people getting abducted, but I understand their blood type not change, but it goes from positive to negative. That I also with people abduction. Um, oh, and okay, back to numerology. Yeah, numerology of yours. Yeah, well, in numerology you have life path from 1 till 9. That's the single digit numbers.
Yep.
One is the leader. That's the pioneer, like Nikola Tesla. He was life path number one. With life path and that's more um, how do I say masculine energy, like women that are born on a 1 day or on the 10th or 19 or 28. They have more masculine energy with them, and it's also the opposite, like number two, which is life path number two. They are more cooperative, more nurturing. A lot of life path 2 and 6 are more into nurses because they like taking care, communicating, nurture. They're more into nurture type of energy. And men that are born on the 2, 11, 20, 29, they have that 2 energy also. And they're more emotional, let me put it that way. They have more feminine energy than men that are born on the 1, for example. And life path 3 is the child. A lot of people with life path 3 they don't really look their age. 3 is the creative one. It's the most creative numbers of all. They're very creative, very communicative. They're all about self-expression. A lot of comedians are life path 3, like Dave Chappelle,
Right.
Cat Williams. They're all about expressing, communicating. They're good in networking.
Right.
Life Path 4 is the builder. They're all into building stuff, hard worker. They're very hard worker. They're based on logic. They're all about logic, focus. The discipline. A lot of them go through life to learn to stand and build foundation. Basically, a lot of them go homeless that they have to build back foundation and build strong foundation. Life at 5 is more the entertainer, the adventurer. They love going out. They're high energy, like the Life Factory. They love trying new things. They're always changing. Yeah, and they love travel. They love travel. They love new experience, and they get bored easily. One thing for them is grounding. Grounding is key. You would think people, they would say most people that have HDHD, ADHD,
ADHD. Yeah.
yeah, their life path 3 and 5. So it's not really that. It's those are high energy. And then you have life path 6, which is the nurturer, the responsible one. They're here to serve others. That's what you are. You're a 33-6. And a lot of them are doctors. So most of them are into field which is with caring, anything to do with healing. That's where you find them. They could be also a lot of them are doctors. Um,
I went to nursing school. I used to be a nurse for a while,
yeah,
and then I switched to an officer.
yeah, that's with the 6. Yeah, they love taking care of people, but one thing with them is they forget about themselves. They put
Yep.
themselves on the side and put people,
Yeah.
other people, forward, and their
Yeah.
health go backwards. And but other than that, they're here to. They also can be a good teacher.
Yep.
Now, with the Life Path 7, is also known as the teacher, the truth seeker. Is all about mental. The Life Path 7. They're good in detectives, they're inventors, they're very spiritual compared to the other numbers. Anything that has you have to use your mind, they're good in it. They also can be a very lonely number compared to the other ones.
Uh,
And then you have the Life Path 8, which is the all about business. They're good in CEO, good leader. They're very tough and strong. They also the 8 is karmic number. What goes around comes around. So the intention you put, you will get back. So they get their lesson. Anything bad that they do, they get it in this lifetime, not the other one, compared to the
right.
other lifespan. They can, yeah, they're very good in leading. They can have a control problem, trying to control people or be too materialistic. One thing of them is they have to balance the work life and family life, you know.
Yeah.
And if out of balance, it could go chaotic for them. And life path 9 is the last of the single digit numbers that's known as the humanitarian. When you go through all the life path number, 9 you can say is the last one that you go through of the single digit numbers. And those are here to help with community, anything to do with speaking,
Right.
um, also teaching, enlightening, um, building a community, inspiring people, writing books. They can also be a good healer, also into doctor. They can do anything. With the 9, they can adapt easily. The 9, they have to watch out with their the environment that they are in because the 9
Yep.
can adapt to people around them very easily. They pick up things easily. So if
Yeah.
they're around people that are addictive, doing drugs, they're going to be doing that, you know. So they can have an addictive personality with them. Other than that, they're very creative. They a lot of them are also musicians. All what bringing people together and sending a message out. Like Bob Marley was a
Yes, he
life path.
was. Yep.
And then you have the master numbers, and those are the old souls. They're here to do bigger things. They have bigger tasks, and they're gonna go to bigger challenges. Let me put it that way. A lot of people don't want to be master numbers because they
Yeah.
go to bigger challenges, and some of them they decide because when you're a master number, you have the choice to vibrate higher at the master number, or you're gonna stay at the single
Or
digit.
mistake.
You
Yep.
have the choice, and some people don't handle the master number and they go to the single digit, which is
Now
it's
that's one of mine, right? The master number.
yes, and the
Because I will tell you this, I do switch. And I know I switch. And I know when I do it.
Yeah, I can know
It's
by people. I can see by people directly if they're vibing at the by what they're doing, if they're at the 33 energy or not, or the master energy. Basically, I can see that directly. But with the 11, for example, the 11 are here to inspire people on a global level. Inspire, enlighten. They are also very spiritual. A lot of 11 are psychic. They can pick up on things very easily, read the room energy, and pick up the energy fast.
yeah,
And they're very intuitive too. And they have a connection with the spiritual realm. They have it like
yeah.
built in. And they're very charismatic. There's charisma with them when they talk. And then you have the 22, which is the master builder. They're here to build something going to be long lasting to benefit the community. Um, Let me see. The one guy that is I know was a master builder, a Life Path 22, is the one that built Coral Castle in Florida. He was a master builder, uh, 22. And then you have the 33. The 33 are here to basically teach and is known as the master teacher and healer. They're here to teach and heal people. Um, Most of them love working with community too. They have to do with community. I know there's one, and they inspire people also on a global level. Albert Einstein was a Life Path 32. I know there's a Dutch model, but I forgot her name. I saw a Life Path 33. and she is with her fame and money. She is helping building house for homeless, and the clothes
Right.
in fashion that they not use, she collect them to give to homeless. So she is at the 33 level, helping on doing and yeah, helping on a bigger scale. So and then you have the 44, which is last, and that is known as the master alchemist and master manifester, and that has energy of all of the other, the 11, 22, and 33, and they're here to do things on the bigger scale also, with building a business base with nature that's going to be benefiting humanity and bringing the old structure down.
Yeah.
So
Now,
that's a bit of all the master numbers, of
y-
all the life path numbers.
now you mentioned that you know that I have been here a few times, right?
Yes.
Do you have an actual number? Because I do.
Number?
How many times?
Oh no, I don't know. No, no, no.
I do. I do.
Okay.
I've been here 9 times, and I know
Okay.
I've been here 9 times. Yeah,
Okay. And
different
you're
names.
different names. Okay.
Different names. Yeah,
Okay.
9 times.
Interesting. 3 multiplied by 3 is 9.
Well,
Yeah, yeah, it
well,
is, isn't it? Go ahead, Sage.
so Alex, I can tell you my life path number is a 5. My
Ah,
master number is an 11. I'm an Earth snake and a Sun Sagittarius. And my Mercury was in Capricorn.
Hey, get out of my Capricorn space.
you're a earth snake. For you to be an earth snake, you have to be born in 89.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay.
Aha.
And you're a life path. Okay, can you give me a birthday?
My
And
birthday?
yeah.
Oh, the 11th. That's why my master number is an 11.
Oh wait, you're born on the 11th?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, you have a master number. Your birthday number is a master number. Okay, because you have 6 core main numbers. So
Mm-hmm.
one of them is a master number. And the month?
Oh, December, Sagittarius.
Oh,
1211. Wow.
Yeah.
okay. Let
Yeah.
me see.
And yes,
Yeah,
I have had prophetic dreams.
you're a double 5.
I have them too.
You're a double 5 mixed with the 11. Yeah. So I can see you are, due to you being born on the 11, yeah, you could be very emotional. You feel things very easily. Uh, and you have an attitude 5. Your attitude is 5. So you're very outgoing. You have a very outgoing attitude. Uh, and you're born on the, um, how you say? Oh yeah, 12. Oh yeah, yeah, the attitude number is 12.
Mm-hmm.
5. Let me see. Oh, okay. Oh, this year you went. This year you are in till your birthday. This year you went through changes, no?
Oh yeah, I went through some significant changes in my life.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can see that. Uh, yeah, 555. Did you move anything? Or travel?
Um, did I travel this year? I
No
didn't
move.
move. I didn't move. No.
But you had new experience.
Huh.
Changes happening in your life.
Just trying to think. I mean, I went to a winery and got smashed drunk. Um, Something new in my life. Let me
Okay.
see. Huh.
No, that's not what I'm talking about. No,
I
no,
mean,
no, no.
no. I got it. We were doing fertility treatments, and
Yeah.
yeah, that's a pretty big passage in life.
Okay.
Huh.
Well, I can
Um,
see 2027 to go in 2028. You're going to be having a very deep spiritual year. Yeah.
Oh,
What is coming now for you? Your responsibilities is going to be popping up December going next year.
Oh.
around with the energy of the six is all about with your responsibility and healing, and helping putting your energy into the loved ones around you, could be family or friends, those are going to be a priority coming up now.
Andreas had a really interesting question for me, and I will answer that. In dreams, seeing through somebody else's eyes, yes, I have. In life, I feel people's energy. I see auras, and I feel deception. So when I'm around somebody that is not telling me the truth, the feeling that I get is like a big, heavy draw in my gut. So I know that, what they're saying is not totally true. So, but seeing through somebody else's eyes, um, yeah, I did help you. Seeing through somebody else's eyes in a dream, I have done that a few times. I don't like to do that because sometimes I've seen things I probably shouldn't. But yeah, I've done that before. Um, my big one is there's Andres. My big one is mostly like with the deception thing, or I can tell if somebody has like a dark side to them, hiding something. I can feel, for instance, I'm going to use you, Charles. For instance, I can tell that there is still a little something, whether he wants to believe it or not. There is still a little something that ties him down about his ex. And I feel it, and I feel it right here. So, I mean, a lot of men push aside that stuff. Yeah, that's dumbass. This happened and that. But I can feel when there is something there that has to be broken through. Okay, so it some of the things that I do, Andreas, it scares me. Look at, I'm tearing up right now. It scares me, and it shouldn't, because they're God-given gifts. But sometimes it does, because some of the things that I know, some of the things that I'll find out, and I am by no means psychic. I don't go around reading anybody's mind. This is just stuff that happens to me when I dream or when I'm awake and I am around somebody. I can feel the things that they do, even through the computer. So, you know, I'm telling you. And I know that I have been here quite a few times. And I had a dream one night that went through 4 of those lives, and it showed me how I died in all 4 of those lives. And you're not supposed to dream. You're not supposed to die in your dreams. So I don't look at it like I died in them. I look at it like I was with somebody looking through a glass window and I could see what it was. Very interesting, but kind of scary. Kind of scary.
Yeah, I was wondering about that because you mentioned you being here, and I actually had one dream. I think it was the ending week of July and beginning of August. I'm not sure if it was like I think I might have been here a few times already as well. I can at least think three. Three is where I've also been back, and I was literally somebody else. And
Now, I've done 9, and I will tell you this. This was my last one. I won't be back after this. And I already know it. And you know what? It's okay. I'm glad. So, yeah.
yeah, that's why I asked that question. And this, I think I can remember 2 time periods of the last 2 dreams I had. I think the second dream involved me being somewhere I think it might have been in the early '90s, because one of the things that stuck out to me was that I was like a heavyset guy. And do you remember like in the old movies where people wore like bright colored dresses, like a bright yellow,
Yeah.
like the old school? I think that's where I might have been around. And this second dream might have been actually around, I think around either the modern age or around time, or around like the apes time actually, because the last one, it was almost as if I was a soldier going through a rocky terrain. And the moment I thought about it, I'm going like, hold on, this, like some of this terrain reminds me of like Iraq or something like that, in my opinion. And they were wearing, you know how that you like the U.S. military army guys, when they go in, like most of their gear is like a type of yellow to blend in with like the environment.
Yes. Yeah. It's a lighter. Yeah. It's
And
like a sand color.
tan or beige color.
Yeah.
And I was actually following. I was behind somebody. So I'm either thinking, okay, like, did I die in this war? Was that why I was shown this or something? Because either you're being shown what happened to you in the past life, or you could have taken possession of somebody. And I'm not sure if people are capable of that, or at least the human beings anyway. So I'm going like, I know for a fact I've had to here already a few times, and I'm wondering, what am I supposed to do in this life?
Yeah. Well, Andreas, in this life, I will tell you, in some of my dreams from past lives, I actually died from a lot of the things that I've went through in this life and survived. So the way that I look at it is, I am meant to be here for a reason. I have to fix something. I have to nurture something. And I have to get it right this time, because like I said, this is the last time. And in every one, I had instances where I died, but I've survived those things this lifetime. So it's got to be for a reason. And I feel that it's for a reason. I'm drawn to, there is something that I've got to do. I think that I believe I know what it is, but I know that for the rest of my life, once I accomplish what it is that I'm here to do, the rest of my life is going to be pretty damn peaceful until it is over. So my Alexander, let me ask you this. Have you ever felt like your soul itself gives you information?
No.
No?
More the higher self.
Yeah, well, I guess that's what it would be. That's what it would be, as a higher self. Because I float in between. Okay? I hit a fourth and fifth dimension sometimes. And when I do that, I see a lot more around me than what I would see on third. A lot more. And I don't know what makes me float back and forth. I have yet to even understand it. So it is like, it's very weird. It's very strange. I had told you one time before that I was going to contact you so we could sit and we can talk about some of this stuff, because there are some things that I go through that I don't understand. And I know I shouldn't be afraid of them. No fear, right?
Mm-hmm.
But some of the things that I go through, even when I'm awake, I could be sitting here on the computer and all of a sudden I have switched somewhere else and I have no idea where in the hell it is. But it's not bad. but I
I
don't
think
understand.
control yourself, control your mind, your consciousness. Maybe you need more grounding.
I
Yeah,
probably do. I haven't been doing that
yeah,
lately, and I've had a lot of things messing with me lately. So grounding is
yeah.
something that I really have got to go back and do.
Grounding, maybe fasting, also
I've been
change.
doing that.
Yeah, but fasting for 72 hours, then that's the minimal requirement to activate your body for to produce new cells. It's
I was
72
told
hours.
because I'm a diabetic and I'm on insulin,
Oh,
and if
really? Oh, wait.
yes, and if I
Okay,
don't
wait.
eat, my insulin goes to the ceiling. So I can fast. They say up to 14, but I do 17, so I will push it.
No,
So
you water fasting, you have to do it it really work on your body to have a great benefit. It's minimal, it's 72 hours. But okay, okay, now I'm getting it. You're alive at 33.6, but you're not at the 33 yet. You need to heal yourself fully, be off the pharmaceutical. Before you can help others, you have to make sure you are 100%.
right, and I
Yeah,
know that, and I try not to take them. There's even times where I'll say, "Oh, dang, I forgot my day meds today." I'm just,
and
yeah,
just a reminder, in great spirit.
yes, I know the Great Spirit.
Yeah.
Andres, have you ever had Alexander do numerology on you?
He did like once where this year is supposed to be like a year change for me, given I he didn't like tell me my life, my master number or whatever that is. He didn't do that.
Oh yeah. What's your birthday?
Uh, January 5th, 2002.
January 5th. Another
That's my,
person born on
that's
5th.
my, yeah, that's my Capricorn brother right there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Okay, January 5th. Which year?
2002.
Oh, 2002 for this.
he's he's a youngie.
Okay, didn't expect that. 2002. So you're born in the year of the horse. I don't
Yep.
know which horse it was. So yeah, this year for you is to go hard on. Let me see. Oh, and you switch to January itself. You're in the sixth energy. That's where Sage is going on his birthday. So basically, your focus is going to be on family and friends. Your responsibility and healing is going to be popping up, and service to others. A lot of people are going to be asking for help. If you're maybe at working, you can get promotion, but is mostly the focus is going to be on family. If you're with a partner, you can take it the next level. A lot of in the also 6 years are there is you if you're with a partner, yeah, you marriage. They call it a marriage or divorce year. A lot of people get married in the 6th year or they divorce. So with that, if you're in a partner, take it to the next level. Show more love. The six is also with nurture, love, nurture the people around you, the ones you care for, and and yeah, and next year you're gonna be having a deep spiritual year. And that I can tell you, where you need going to be taking time for self, have a self reflection, maybe go on a spiritual retreat. Maybe writing in those years good to write if you're thinking of writing a book. Anything that has to do with self-improvement. Self-improvement. So yeah, that I can tell you. You're a life. Oh wait, yeah, you're a life path 6. Yes. Oh yeah, you're a life path 6. Wait, you're a life path 6. Same as Brenda, basically. You and Brenda are the same. Oh wait, I got it wrong. Life at 6. Oh yeah, I don't do calculation of people born after 2000 much. You're a life at 6. You're same as Brenda. So yeah, basic. Okay, the key for you with life path 6 is, but you're born on the 5. Your attitude is the 11. Um, Same with Brenda. The key for you, you're here to service and help other service and help other people.
Thank you,
The
Caesar.
key for you is don't forget about yourself. A lot of life path six forget about themselves when they're helping other people. Um, and that's one of the key things. It set boundaries. That's the key thing that life path six don't forget is set
Yes.
boundaries.
Setting boundaries.
Yeah,
Yep.
not all people have best intention for you. Um, and yeah, you're a good teacher. Good anything that has to do with healing. That's where you should maybe Reiki healing. That's something maybe you can check out in the future. Let me see. And this year you're in a 3 year. Okay, I got it. And last year you were in a partnership year. Okay, this year you're in a 3 year. So this year you're gonna be the 3 years all about communicating. So self-expression. You're gonna be challenged into speaking your truth, speaking your mind, and you're gonna get confronted. Also in the 3 years, also 3 years joyful celebration. So if you get invited to go somewhere, it's good to go. Networking, you're gonna be meeting new people. Um, yeah, new people that can help you assist with your ideas, any ideas that you have. And it's also creativity. It's a year. This year is good to also put time in your creativity. And next year, so you're not the same as a Sage. You're a life path six, not in a personal year six. And next year, if you have any idea, do you have idea for building a healing center or some in that direction? What's your idea? What's your desire?
My desire.
Yes.
Well, I do want to like help people, but I just want to spread the word that they're not crazy like Wolf Abor. Am I?
Do you
I
have a plan of building something?
the only thing in terms of building is like just writing a book. As much as I want to build something, I'm not sure how far I'm actually gonna get along with that. So I'm gonna like keep my what I want small, something small. I'm not gonna
Okay.
go.
Okay, because next year you're gonna be in the energy to do something big, build something big. Next year you're gonna be in a 22 master number personal year. So anybody that's in that year, you have the chance, the energy is on your side to do something on a bigger scale that's gonna be benefiting a lot of people. So if it's a book or if you want to write that's gonna be helping, inspiring people, yeah, go for it.
There is actually one other thing I was thinking about. I was actually thinking about building my own Facebook page similar to Abe and PTRT, because after I saw like this troll, all these troll freaking Facebook pages and groups, especially the one that Abe got kicked out of. You and Brenda were there actually, and I talked about it. I'm going like these are nothing but freaking frauds. They're open to a lot of things, but they don't want to acknowledge it, or they just don't want it. Like this whole paranormal field, I want to build a page similar to
You want
PTRT.
to build a community?
Yeah, I did want to build something like that, and I've been thinking about that recently.
You see, yeah. Next year you're gonna be in that energy, and now you're gonna be networking, meeting people like-minded. So yeah, I wish so. Yeah, go for that. Go for it. Yes.
Now,
Yeah.
Charles, do you want him to do yours?
Sure.
Okay. Because we're going to get ready to run
Just
out of
ain't my
time
birthday?
soon. Huh? Yeah, just your birthday.
Just ain't my
That's all he
birthday,
needs.
right?
Yes.
August 2nd, 1984.
Oh, August 2nd. 1984?
Mm-hmm. Correct.
Oh, the same. With I think Brenda daughter. You're born in the rat year. This year I will tell you to lay low. No, don't do anything big this year. Yeah, don't do
Nothing big.
Don't do anything crazy this year either. Just stay good. You're a life path 5 too. Same as I think. No, Andres is a 6. Sage, I
Sage,
think. So what is Sage again? 5?
5.
5.
Yes.
So both 2 5. 5
Yeah, I'm a
people are
5.
very open-minded compared to other people. They're very open-minded. They're multi-talented. They're multi-talented too. Um, uh, yeah, they love doing different things at the same time, but they get a burnout. I know that because my parents are both life at 5. They love moving. They get bored easily. If they do a work, it cannot be one thing. They need to be doing different things at work, not one solid thing. They love traveling. They love new experience, trying new things. That's with the life. But it's basically here to explore. I think that's one of their, and they learn the hard way. Most of them are very impulsive compared to the, for example, the life path 4 that thinks things through, that plan compared to the 5 or 3. Yeah. Okay. 2, 8. Oh, and you have an attitude number 1. That's me. So that means you're in the same personal year number as me. Yeah. Yeah, you're in the 2. Oh, you just entered the 2 right now, this month. Um, so you just, so 2024. Yeah, 2024 was how was that year for you? Did you have to let people go out of your life to 2005?
Oh, it's been like that periodically.
Hmm.
Seems for me since 2016, just little by little. Like
Yeah,
people go out
a,
of my life.
a lot of people when they're in a person year 9, a lot of and they go to a transformation. You can say that a lot of people that doesn't resonate on the higher level, they let go or cut off, or you have unresolved issues that also pop up that you have to resolve. But this year you entered two personal year. So a two personal year is all about cooperation, duality, looking things from both sides, and also nurturing, being diplomatic, and it's also about partnership. So if you're single, it's a good year to attract a partner in a personal 2 year. But one thing I can, you have to know what you want for partner and
Hmm.
send that intention out, and in divine timing, it's gonna come to you. That's how I experienced both in my own experience, how I did it with the universe. So that's I can advise you. And if not, you're gonna be try to work and teamwork. The two is also about teamwork. So anything that cooperation and being diplomatic, that's the two energy for you this year. And next year you're gonna be in a 3 year, which what Andres is right now. And that is where you're gonna be next year developing your creativity, your communication, your self-expression, networking, talking with people, meeting new people, expanding your group, your friends. You can say you're gonna meet people, maybe aligning you where you need to be or get information where you need to go. So yeah, basically you're a 5. 5 is the adventurer, here to explore, try new things. And this year you're in. Oh yeah, you're a rat. Yeah. So yeah, this year take it easy with that. Take it easy. Don't do anything crazy. And yeah, it's good for partnership. So if you want to attract, it's good for that. But know what you want and set the energy out. So that's it.
Oh, I appreciate that. The ganja shaman. No, that was awesome. Thank you. I'm definitely going to be remembering that.
Yeah. No, you're welcome.
Keeping, staying aware.
Awareness is key. No fear.
Mm-hmm.
No fear. No fear.
Well,
I was put on this earth 9 frickin' times, Charles, to help you. Stop
it
it.
took 9 times to find me.
It only took 9 times to find you. That's correct. So, but all right, guys. I thank you guys. I thank you, Alexander. I've had a blast. Next time when you're not sleep deprived and you have more energy, I definitely want you back up here. You're so much fun.
yeah, I should be sleeping right now. It's already
I
midnight.
know, my God.
Yeah.
And Sage, Charles, thank you guys. It's been pretty good.
Well, thank you for having me up. I appreciate
Andreas, thank you for coming.
It's no issue.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, all right, you guys, check it out. I am going to start pushing out more shows. I got to try to get Chad and Sherry up here too. Charles is going to be joining us and doing some stuff with me also. Probably have Sage drag his butt in here too, because you know he's Mr. He doesn't forget anything. I need part of your brain, Sage.
Well,
So.
I'll get to that later.
Yes, you will. You're too much. Thank you, everybody. And please make sure that you hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe. And there was a link dropped.
Yeah, I dropped another one.
Yeah.
Definitely join the Discord.
Yeah, I have a
Definitely
Discord.
consider that.
Yeah. And it's pretty fun. And we have movie nights in there. We have a room set up to play games. We have all kinds of fun things. You know, we sit in the VC and we all just talk together and laugh and, you know, pick on each other. So it's kind of fun. But for now, guys, we are going to get out of here. Charles, Sage, I will see you guys in the Discord.
Okay.
Because you got stuff to go take care of, right, Charles, real quick?
Oh yeah, I'll be in the Discord in a few minutes after this for sure.
Okay. All right, guys. Thanks again. And everybody, like always, please be kind to one another. Have a good night and a good rest of the weekend.
Welcome to Beyond the Box. Conspiracies and oddities. You'll find your reality shifting. Dark technology. Shadows monitoring. Your world crumbling. Escape the Matrix, come outside with us. Beyond the Box. Beyond the Box.